These might be the best hoop shoes you've never heard of. Today we're reviewing the Eqlz 247s. These babies retail for a very reasonable $150, and the best place to get them is the first link in the description. But without further ado, let's get to the review. First, we always talk traction. The 247s feature an anatomical traction pattern design that is very similar to that of the Kobe 9s. But a big difference between the traction pattern on the Kobe 9s and the 247s is that these babies feature some scaling within the anatomical design. Looks beautiful, and spoiler alert, it performs well too. And the materials that make up the outsole appears to be a combination of translucent and solid medium level hardness rubber. For indoor use, I would say this is pretty much ideal. For outdoor use, I would say probably use something else. But enough tech, let's look at the traction test and talk performance. As you guys could clearly piece together, the traction on these, mucho. My frequent watchers know that the court I play on is insanely super dusty, and these babies still performed well and had a good bite. Like literally any other basketball shoe, they did pick up dust, but I wouldn't say they picked it up any faster than any other basketball shoe did, so shout out to them. And like I said, man, performance, bite, phenomenal. Felt good laterally, making cuts, dunking on people, you name it, it felt good. So without glazing or dragging this on too much, the traction on these were phenomenal. S tier, I would say. Easy, 9.5 out of 10. Eqlz, starting off with a bang. For the cushion, the 247s feature a combination of what they call their P-back supercritical cushion technology and a little bit of supercritical foam. What is P-backs, you're asking? I was wondering the same exact thing when I originally saw that cushion setup. I was like, what's that? So let me tell you. Through some research, I figured out that P-backs is essentially a lightweight polymer cushion technology, primarily used in that of like running shoes, but these babies are bringing it to basketball. In other words, P-backs is essentially like a high quality foam cushion setup. So similar to that of like Way of Wade Boom, Nike React, Adidas Boost. You get what I'm saying. But in regards to performance, surprisingly stupendous. When testing out new brands, I don't really know what to expect or if it's going to be good or not, especially in the cushion department. I don't know how much R&D they can put into it, but with these babies, surprisingly phenomenal. This baby provided a bunch of shock absorption, impact protection, bounce, you name it, it felt good on feet. So for a new brand, I'd say they kind of knocked it out the water. Easily A tier, 8.5 out of 10 in the cushion department. In support, these babies are not lacking. Firstly, these babies feature a heel counter on the back like every single other basketball shoe does. This prevents any heel slippage and adds a little extra lateral support. Additionally, the 247s feature some fairly obvious TPU plates on the side to add an insane amount of lateral support and containment for the cushion. Really functional and honestly pretty cool looking. On top of this, your foot's almost positioned a little lower than traditional shoes, so you're kind of like sitting in that midsole and that outsole, and honestly I think that helps add a little extra support. So overall, enough about the technology. Support was fantastic. Felt supportive in every single direction, laterally, frontwards, backwards. I was playing defense, I was dunking on people. I wasn't dunking on people, but whilst playing in these, it felt rather supportive. Easily 9.3 out of 10. And in this section, I do mention the sizing. I don't know why I do this, because support doesn't have anything to do with sizing, but I always mention it here, so I'm going to continue to do it. And with these, I'd say they are 100% true to size. I know sometimes it's scary going to a new brand, not knowing if they fit true to size or not, but with these babies, I'll tell y'all, it's 100% true to size. Now let's talk materials. Like I mentioned earlier, that outsole is made up of a combination of both solid and a little bit of translucent medium level hardness rubber. Prime time for indoors, not so much for outdoors. But since we already yapped about that, let's move on and talk about the upper. The upper is made up of a combination of what they call top grain leather and lightweight knit. Let me tell you, man, this combination, mucho, as my Mexican girlfriend would say. Firstly, the leather is probably one of the most high quality feeling leathers I've ever felt on a basketball shoe, but at the same time, it feels flexible and good performance-wise. This combined with the really flexible and lightweight, almost sock-like knit on the upper, I'm telling you, man, they really did it. That upper, lightweight, good-looking, and supportive. And something I always like to mention in the materials section is the weight of the shoe, and I would definitely say these babies are on the lighter side. Not the lightest shoe in the world, but definitely I'd say on the lighter spectrum of hoop shoes. So enough glaze. I don't want to be glazing these too much, but I think I've glazed enough. 9.2 out of 10. Now let's talk looks / swag. In this section, I talk about the silhouette of the shoe, the current colorway in hand, and the best colorways currently available. Off rip, the silhouette, beautiful. Super futuristic, crazy unique, and me likey. The colorway I do currently have in hand is the Nebula Solar colorway, which is a combination of that light gray, the black, and then this deep ass orange. Me likey. Really clean, but by no means the cleanest colorway out right now. The 247s, I believe, have about 8 colorways out right now, and I'd say this is probably number 4 or 5 in my personal opinion. You could go check them out. Again, I'll have the link in the description if you guys want to check these out. But in my opinion, the 2 cleanest colorways are those and those. In other words, the earth green and the black jade. Insanely clean, and I just love those solid colorways. So with that beautiful silhouettes and crazy colorways, I'll easily give the 247s a pretty phenomenal 9 out of 10 in the swag rating. Now before I reveal that overall rating that you guys are here for, let me yap a little bit more just because I want to. Between that phenomenal traction, beautiful premium materials, unique yet supportive support setup, and surprisingly phenomenal cushion, the 247s are probably the best hoop shoe you've never heard of. So overall, these babies get a phenomenal 9.2 out of 10. So that's it. If you want these babies, first link in the description is the best place to get them. And if you're interested in watching more Stashed Hooper, please feel free to click on that video. Click on it.